Welcome back. The age of technology has brought about so many benefits, but also some challenges. One of the biggest challenges, of course, is the security of our personal information, including our passwords. In an age where cyber attacks are becoming more and more common, it's more important than ever to ensure that our passwords are strong and secure. To help us unpack some of these concerns, we joined virtually by technical support consultant at ESET Lucas Molefe. Lucas, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, it's an absolute pleasure having you on Morning Live. First of all, what are some of the common mistakes people make with their passwords?
Good morning, Simpiwe. So thank you so much for having us here once again. Now, the most common is having your password the same for everything, right? This is the most common thing that people use, having the same password across multiple accounts, whether it's a Gmail account, whether it's your even your Netflix account, right? Now, people have the same password for the same thing. And this is like the downfall of how hackers can actually get control of your life or of whatever you may have or the account you may have. So this is one big thing that people have a lot in common. Having the password related to the birthdays, the pet, the names, the car names as well, or the sports that they like. So it's a very common thing, yeah.
And break down for us, how is it problematic having the same password for every platform?
Look, I'm going to make an example. If you have the same password for your YouTube, right? And then with the Black Friday coming, your accounts, your Shein accounts or your online shopping accounts, and it's all the same password. The minute a person has access of one of those accounts, they will try their best to look for other information that can lead to unauthorized purchases.
Okay.
That can also lead to people basically potentially compromising your whole identity, basically, you know. And this is a big problem because even if you want to recover your password, remember your password for your email is still the same thing. So I know how to log into your email address. I change the password to what I like, and I change the things that I want to change that suits me, because all your passwords basically is one password that I have access to everything.
And I suppose it made things so much easier having the same password for every platform, so you don't have to memorize multiple passwords for the different platforms. But then I guess it's for their own safety that they have different passwords. So let's talk about some of the most common types of cyber attacks that take advantage of weak passwords. And what constitutes a weak password to start with?
Now, okay, a weak password is something where it's related to your birthday, your name, also related to your families, right, or your pets. For example, there was an exercise that we were doing personally here in the office, right? And one guy, because of the Rugby World Cup, he said, please don't make your password Siyakolisi 2023, which is very common. And if you love rugby and people know you love rugby, that's the first thing they will use. But then what you do is making sure that your password is very strong, right? Is having it more than 16 characters, minimum 16 characters, using unique codes, question marks, @ signs, like a combination of letters, numbers, and basically special characters, right? Now, what they look for, okay, is that the minute they know your password, there's even websites that you can use way to search how strong your password is or how long the hackers can use it to crack it. And it varies. If your password is, you may think that no, this password is very strong. You won't know what the technologies that we have. People are able to search how this password can be cracked as well. And that is why it's very important to have like password managers. In our case, we have ESET Smart Security Premium, which is our home product, right, for home users. Now, it helps you to have a password manager that will make sure that you have a unique password for each and every website, right? And it's not crackable like Siyakolisi 2023.
And how can we monitor our online accounts, for signs of potential compromise?
first of all is making sure your password, right? Like I mentioned, there are websites that you can actually search saying check if my password is cracked. How easy is it to crack my password? There's so many websites you can Google, and if you put in your password there and it tells you that within 1 year, just know if it's within 1 year, make your best. I recommend this to everyone to make sure that you have a password, like a proper password, change that password, right? And number two, each and every website, right, can be dummied or can be faked. So each and every website will have a lock, right? But it's very important when you look at that website, notice even the small details. At the last page of every website, at the bottom, it tells you when the website was created.
Okay.
If a website was created in 2023, be very vigilant about that website, right? And if it tells you, that's why it's very important to have a protection when it comes to your actual website or your web browsing. That's why we have our payment and protection when it comes to the ESET Smart Premium security. Now, it tells you immediately when you go to a website, this one is malicious, or this one is blocked because of there's a particular script in the background, right? Or this one is an unsecure website, of which many people, even Google tells us that, and many people will just click away because I want to buy that thing that I want to buy, or I want to get that thing that I want to get, and then you end up you going there. And that is the downfall of many people having this particular problem.
And I know you may also advise them not to, or rather to avoid writing down their password somewhere. So how can I, remember my password without writing it down?
It's very important to have a password manager. In the lives that we are living and the busy life that we are living, you may have so many accounts. We talk about your movie account, we talk about your YouTube account, we talk about your Facebook, Instagram, even your WhatsApp. You have a lot of, your life is busy as a person, right? And with the internet making our lives much more better in terms of buying things, doing online shopping, and don't have to go to the shop yourself, it's very important to have a password manager. So, end of story. That is the best way I can advise anybody to make sure that they have a password manager. There's even free password managers, but I would not advise a free password manager because there are downfalls to that. Because once they access that, they'll tell you that, look, you are using our service for free, so you're not liable of your password. That is why it's very, very important. Buy a product, and I will say, stretch this out, ESET is the best in the business. Buy the product. It's very cheap. It's not expensive. And have a password manager. And not only that, now, when it comes to our product that is out now recently this month, we have what we call a VPN as well, and soon we have identity protection. So these things help people to be secured online, whether you're buying, whether you're watching a movie.
All right, Lucas, thank you so much. And I've personally noted that. And password manager, I'm definitely keeping that in mind. Thank you so much for sharing your piece of advice with us when it comes to cybersecurity. Well, that was technical support consultant at ESET Lucas Molefe talking to us about the many benefits and also some challenges of the security of our personal information, including our passwords.